must succeed. Let's make sure that history never forgets the name. Enterprise. Guard out.
Our lives are different to anybody else's. That's the exciting thing. Nobody in the universe can do what we're doing.
Greenville, I am calling battle station. Anything can happen in the next half hour.
Oh, hundreds and hundreds, but don't worry. I started a very long time ago.
Calling the War Council of Gallifrey. This is the Doctor.
You might say I've been doing this all my lives.
Good luck.
Stand by.
Ready. Commencing calculations. Turn me there.
Across the boundaries that divide one universe from another.
Got a lock onto his coordinates.
And for my next trick, I didn't know when I was well off. All 12 of them.
No, sir.
Ah! All 13!
Yes, indeed, and yes, indeed. Good evening, good morning. I hope you're doing well wherever you are in the world. It could be morning, it could be afternoon. Who knows or dares to dream? For me, the Sabbath has just departed. The Sabbath has just ended. And oh boy, oh man, I got a window that's chomping up all my system resources here somewhere. But I bet it's bleeding cool. I bet it's bleeding cool. I don't know. We'll find out. It seems to have calmed down now. All of a sudden, I don't know. What was I going to say? Yeah, for me, Sabbath. So this was the latest Sabbath of the year, right? This is it's an interesting time. We've I think I told you last week. No, yeah, last week were we in? No, last week we're not in synagogue. It was the war. When did that end? On Wednesday? I don't know. It's like my mind is a total fog with it all now. Like it feels like it's been over for a long time now, but it was this week. It was like Wednesday, wasn't it? I don't know, but I don't know. You know what? I'm going to look back at my WhatsApps because I remember my wife telling me the synagogue's open. So that was the night before. Hang on. Now I've got there you go. WhatsApp. I'm really not a fan of WhatsApp. I have to tell you. That was it wasn't Thursday. Tuesday. So Wednesday's when we started the war ended on Wednesday, I guess. It's not a ceasefire. It's always a bloody ceasefire, right? It's no different to any others. So anyway, we're in an interesting time frame because we've just turned to the Jewish month of Tammuz, which is where summer really kicks in. And we have this like long period of Jewish mourning for 3 weeks that starts on the 17th of this month, right? And it's like what I've said, you don't listen to music, you don't have marriage weddings or stuff like that. It's advised not to do the court cases, and then as it goes on, it gets more severe. Like so, the last 9 days you don't listen. You don't allow to eat meat or drink wine. Actually, I have no idea. I don't know if you can drink spirits. I never looked into that. I don't know. Right. And on the last day, you don't eat at all. Right. You don't wear You don't wear leather shoes. You don't sit in a chair till midday. Right. And it's all because this is a great period of mourning in Jewish history where we lament that we live in exile. You know, the wandering Jew. You know why we're wandering? Because we live in exile, even though we still live in Israel. You know, I think that was one of the more powerful messages that God sent to the Jewish people via October 7th, right? That we look, we like to think we have an army, we're strong. Heck, no, you're as strong as God lets you be, right? And that's it, right? And that's it. Because people have got really pissed off this week that Trump scolded Israel. They seem to have forgotten about it now, thank God. Now Trump said he's going to bomb Iran again, right? Now Trump's coming down on her against the ground. People have forgotten about it already, right? But they were really pissed off he scolded Israel. I think he was right, frankly. Oh, my wife was pissed off at me that I thought Trump was right. I'm like, yeah, look, for me, that was a punishment from God, right? Just telling us that it's very that we are subservient, and that's just the truth. We are dependent upon subservient to to Trump, to the Americans right now. The air defense that they've given us, the arrow system, is indispensable, right? I mean, really, genuinely indispensable. And they turned off for 3 days, we're fucked, essentially, right? I don't know. Look, plucky old Israel would work it out. Look, the truth is, we could have taken out the. We're very, 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 very happy that Trump took out the nuclear facilities. But we were planning on doing anyway. We did the same. Well, I say we. I do it from sitting here and not being involved at all. They're the army much more so, right? Oh, I'm kidding. Hang on. What's this? I'm kidding. Hang on. See, I always got to stop in case it's breaking news, right? I mean, it might be. Never know. No, it's just shooting at were probably. Probably like dancing away to hate Israel, kill the Jews, or something like that. Oh man. But yeah, what's this one? Peter Capaldi, also there, Glastonbury. Man, you don't want to be a Jew at Glastonbury, I'll tell you that. But anyway, yeah. I think that was reminding us, right, that we are subservient to Trump, 100%, and I think we should be grateful that we're subservient to him, right? There's a lot worse options out there, right? Now, if you want to be strong and independent, right, that you're not subservient to anyone, then I think we as the people need to bend our knee to God, which I don't think we do, right? I think the religious amongst us say we do, but they don't. It's like they just really don't. Right, and I think if we did that, man, I think the world would change. If we could admit when we're wrong, and I'm telling you, I know my people well, they would rather slit their own baby's throat than admit they're wrong. Jews never. I mean, again, I know my people well. Admitting they're wrong is like, it might be the same thing for Gentiles as well. I just listen to my social group. Admitting they're wrong is like the worst thing in the entire world. Anyway, I digress. But I mean, honestly, I do kind of think that world-changing times are here. But I've been thinking that for years, right? I think that, but right now I'm at it's got to be something that's got to have changed by 2030, right? I'm just hoping it's today. Anyway, so we're at this 3-week period of mourning in Judaism, and we're essentially mourning for the beginning of this exile, which was started off by the destruction of our temple in Jerusalem. Now, the theory, the Kabbalistic theory is that if we were to build that temple again, right, the spiritual awareness throughout the world is risen, right, in a big way. There's like a lot more light in the world, right? Because that's kind of it's kind of like that's supposed to be God's conduit into this reality, right? And I mean, I believe God interacts with all of us, regardless of one's religious worldview, right? I think God interacts with all of us and treats us all equally and honestly, right? But I think when there was this like conduit plugged in, from, as I say, what's the word? Figuratively, from heaven directly into this world via that temple, right? Because it was supposed to be like these crazy miracles, like there's constantly sacrifices going on, right? And the smoke from the animals, obviously, the smoke from the sacrifice, and basically, that's the way one would worship God back then. You would come to the temple in Jerusalem, and you would have a really good steak. Vegetarians. I think there's vegetarian options, right? There was this bread you could have. I just don't think vegetarianism was much of a thing, right? But the smoke. One of the open miracles was the smoke went up in a single column, right? Rather than becoming diffused, there was no carrion, right? There was no, like, even though there's all this like slaughtering and death, there was no flies and stuff. And one of the funkiest ones is that on the New Year's service, there's a bit in it where everybody like has to do like the full Arab bow, right? The whole like get the ground, that's that thing, right? We do it like 2 or 3 times. Now the thing is, in the courtyard, you were like shoulder to shoulder. It was just packed, right? However, when you came to the bow, there's enough room for everyone. Equally, if you check the what's this from? It's not the Zohar. It's something like that. If you check the dimensions of the Holy of Holies, which had from Indiana Jones, the Ark of the Covenant. That's what I was thinking of. All right, in it, if you measured it was like not there. It's like space folded in on itself. Right, it says there's 20 cubits here, 20, and if you do that, it's like there's no room for them to exist there. I don't know. Weird stuff, baby, weird stuff. Anyway, I digress. Right, so that's the end game that I want. Right, I want that temple to be built because I feel it's going to benefit the whole world. Right, in fact, there's a holiday in September, like September, October, where all the nations come and they give. They get good sacrifices. I mean, that's essentially what it is, right? Life doesn't really change that that much. I would have thought, let's say, a Messianic age starts and we Jews build this temple, right? I would have thought other religions would keep on ticking without there being a problem, right? It was, like Christianity isn't, affected by it. In fact, Christians say that has to happen for Christ to return, I believe, right? If you know more Christian theology than me, please tell me, right? I just kind of remember Father Miller. I really got to get a stream with him again. I really miss him. That's really the bottom line. I'm like, well, there's all these reasons. No, I really miss him, right? I haven't spoken to him for ages. Really nice guy. Right, and it's lovely hearing somebody from such a different perspective, yet so similar. Right, but I think I heard it from him. Anyway, so we're coming up to now. We're in the month of what's called the 3 weeks, right? So and that's the time of a great morning, but it's also a time of redemption as well. They say it's all time of redemption, right? Anything could be. Oh, fancy a bit of redemption? Yeah, don't mind, mate. Don't mind. But okay, so that's kind of reflected the sun and the light cycle is reflected in the tone of the weekly Torah reading we do. We read a bit from the Old Testament each week as a serialized one. So anyway, so before this period started, you had this. It was like nice, cool stuff for a bunch of weeks about spirituality, and then all of a sudden, right? You get the story of I think the quail. Right, where the Jews in the desert complained they didn't have meat, right? And in the 10 Commandments, they were played by Cecil G. Robertson and somebody else they called the mixed multitude. Hey, Moses, we had meat in Egypt, Moses, right? So God had these quail come down and people grabbed them. And if anybody ate them whole, alive, without like killing them and cooking them, they died instantly, apparently. Anyway, which a lot of people did. Don't ask. So, but yeah, that's what and then the week after that, last week's one was about us sending spies into Israel before we invaded it, right? Which was a terrible idea, right? It was a terrible idea. God said, "Hey, I got this land for you. Do you want to, let's go get it." I said, "Oh, we got to check out the defenses first. See how we're going to manage this." Anyway, so 10 out of the 12 of them came back and said, "Oh man, we're going to get killed. These people are huge. They're going to get murdered. Let's go back to Egypt." Right? That was a massive tragedy. And because of that whole generation wandered in the desert. Well, we're going to get to sci-fi stuff soon. Wandered in the desert for 40 years, right? Until they all died out. Anyway, I digress. So we're up to so that was last week, right? This week it was what was it this week? It was something bad. Oh, I can't remember. What was it this week? That was a long time ago. It was this morning. What do you want out of me? Anyway, so but then everything. Then next week is, I think, Balak, which is my favorite one of them all, because it's from the perspective of the bad guys, right? And I always love that. Oh, right, Balak and Bilam, right? I totally love that. That's 100% one of my favorite characters in the Bible, right? yeah. If you know what I mean, you know what I mean. But you probably don't know what I mean. Anyway, I digress. So, but then things start turning around because then. Right, because that week, right, which I think is 2 or 3 weeks coming up, that week ends up with the basic story is the king Balak, not Bollock, Balak wants to curse the Jews, the Hebrews, as they go through the desert, right? So he hires this guy called Bilam, who is a prophet, talks to God, also has sex with his donkey, right? It's actually part of the story. Right, he does have sex. Well, that's more of a side note. He does talk to the donkey during it. Anyway, a donkey talks to him. Anyway, so he's set to curse the Jews. He can't do it because he's waiting for a moment for God to be pissed off. He knows he can calculate the exact microsecond. Right, it's early in the morning apparently, but he's not able to do it. And so he gives a blessing and says, "How goodly are your tents, right, Israel?" Because they were very modest. They all faced away from each other. Basically saying that the key to Jewish survival is sexual modesty, right? Which is something that we Jews can be swayed with very, 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 very easily. Let me tell you. You want to know the difference? I've said this joke many times, and it's not a joke because it's true, right? It's 100% true. There's a difference between a Jew and a Gentile, right? You go to a Gentile, it says, and you say to him, "Your wife looks like a whore." Right, the Gentile will he'll smash you in the face. And quite rightly, you're probably going to get a broken nose, right? You say it to a Jew, say, "Your wife looks like a whore." You go, "Really? Think so? I'm doing okay for myself. Look at me." I mean, and that's how we think, right? So, essentially, how that ends up is then we Cosby is a hot chick, right? Very, very, very hot woman. And she comes with her whole. It's like a porn movie script. I just realized comes with a team of very hot women, right, to entice the Jews into sexual immorality, and an orgy starts, right, and led by who is it? One of the the dignitaries, right, and it's like. There's so much graphic content about that sex scene. Let me tell you. Anyway, but that ends up with in the week after the story is called Pinchas, about the guy called Pinchas. He takes a spear and he thrusts it into their groin, eviscerating both of them with this, holding it up. Zealotry is good sometimes. Anyway, my point is this, right? We're in the 3 weeks that's leading up to the destruction of our temple about a couple of thousand years ago. Hopefully, this 3 weeks we'll see that reverse, right? Or even before, because that's just gonna be groovy for everybody, baby. Let me tell you, groovy for everybody. Let's get to the chat. So let me pull up the thumbnail. She cried, jigger jigger. Oh, I do remember this being a particularly jiggly one. Anyway, for me, Sabbath just ended, so I really have no idea what's been going on in the world. It's going to see a live reading of the news. Sydney Sweeney, you are perfect. Hey, I think we're going to stick with this branding. So that thing, the news hour, it's not going to be news. Okay, we'll get to some news. Can Marvel quit being woke shit? No, it can't. It loves being woke shit so badly. Oh, I mean, honestly, you find a masturbatory fantasy that works for you as well as Marvel being woke shit, right? And God bless you. Fantastic. Doctor Who, Mark Gaddis spills the beans. Oh, there's a Mark Gaddis story. I guess we will invest him again, right? Here's the new Pesima Pascal is still a twat. He is a twat, isn't he? I mean, he really is a twat. As most of Hollywood. That's true. Sydney, you're okay, darling. You're okay. We like you. You can stay. I mean, like, honestly, this seems. Why do I need Sydney Sweeney? I understand why people don't like AI anymore. You know, if we can do this in the 3D Android, I think civilization stops at that point, don't you? And why not? Right? It's like, you know, why hasn't civilization ended? Because men, generally speaking, can't give themselves blowjobs. If men could give themselves blowjobs, nothing else would be happening. And I sincerely believe that. But I tell you, if Sydney Sweeney could be given the blowjob instead, I'll go for that. Look, I'm an equal opportunity. You know, what's the word I'm looking for? Cocksucky? I guess. I mean, I can't really think of another way. You know what I mean. Anyway. Sydney, you're okay with that, are you? She's fine. Look at her. She's fine. God bless her. Just so happy to be popular. Oh, and you're so popular, Sydney. So popular. Darren Evans here. How you doing? Not as popular as Sydney Sweeney, but popular nonetheless. How are you doing, sir? Thank you for joining us. And also saying that I'm on in 38 minutes. Over on Dan's channel. But yeah, we're going to be doing James Bond. It hasn't got the right director yet, but I just saw a horrible rumor of who's it going to be? Who will be Bond? Right? It'll be a terrible rumor. I hope that's not the case. Anyway, Dr. Alex is there. Conan has begun. Oh, you've got to check out his Conan. Here, let me put let me get a link to it. Hang on. Dr. Alex, you should have put a link in. Now I've got to look it up. Hang on. Dr. Alex. I'll just do season 14 because I know that comes up. Doink. Okay, fine. Dr. Alex. Where are the videos? Let's have a look. What's he got? Conan chat. It's really good. Okay, it's like 12 minutes long. I really love this. Here, what's it? Let me get the link. It's got AI James L. Jones reading it. It's really good, right? And I've always wanted to read the Conan books, right? So I'm really happy about this. So big recommend. He's probably back by now. I hope he's back so he can hear me recommend it because it's really good. I can wholeheartedly, unabashedly recommend it because I really like it. Don't mention the VAR. I mentioned it once, but I think I got away with it for about half an hour. Oh, Dan, how you doing, Dan? Oh, Glastonbury, the most elitist of the occasion. Only the middle classes can afford it. Yeah, man, is that anti-Semitic. Whoa! Don't be a Jew at Glastonbury. Paul Tozen, how you doing? You got blocked by Owen Chess. Well done. Well, you must have said true things he didn't like. They're such pussies. Right? Ethan Buckholder is here. That's the thing. They're just such pussies, right? Bottom line. Right, they're terrified of being challenged in any way, shape, or form. Father Miller has finished teaching classes now. He's like he has time to do some streams. He mentions you often. Oh, right, on Friday. Oh man, if you see him in the chat saying I genuinely did love streaming with him. So make me love him even more now. What can you do? Dr. Ellis is back, and you're here, and you saw me thoroughly plugging Conan. Not that way, but maybe Red Sonja, right? Would I want to have sex with Red Sonja? She seems like she'd be a bit Klingonish, right? A bit rough. You know, yeah, I know. Chris say Jesus in the temple sacrifice. Some say Jesus rebuild the actual physical temple. Some say not. Well, I guess we'll find out. Hopefully they do. See, here's the thing. I mean, assuming it's not going to end with complete, global destruction. But I watched Oppenheimer again on Friday. Really loved that movie, right? It's on Netflix. I was like, well, hey, let's go for that. I really enjoyed it. What was it? Oh, yeah. So I hope it's not getting clear. He talks about setting the atmosphere on fire and destroying the world. And then at the end, it was like, I think, was it Oppenheimer says, I think we did destroy the world, right? It was just waiting for an apocalypse after that. Great movie, right. Absolutely great movie. What's his name? It's not Fincher. It's whatever. You know who it is. Christopher Nolan, right? He knows what he's doing. I've really got to watch Tenet and try and understand what the hell's going on, right? I've really got to give that another go. All right, I feel so wrong that I haven't, because really every time I've understood his movies, they're knocking out the park good, right? So I don't know. I like. Oh, he's doing what's the game now? The Odyssey, isn't he? I think so, right? I think so. Hey, Sydney, look, it's been lovely hanging out with you, darling, but I'm at the end of the chat. It's time. I give you much, you too, honey. Oh, okay, another. There you go. But I got to get the news. I call it the news hour, and it's going to be 34 minutes, maybe. I don't know what's going to trigger me, right? It just might be me screaming about communists. I don't know. You like to giggle though. Oh, another kiss. Okay. Kissy. Nice, but I gotta go, honey. Right? Okay, another kissy. Okay. So, Cindy, I gotta go, darling. I gotta go. No, don't do that. Try and talk me into stay. Oh, well, I like being here too. Don't get me wrong. I mean, this could be a biblical hour, which is basically they take all the daytime hours and they divide it by 12. So it's like a short day, as the other way around this time of year. But if it's a short day, Sydney, you going, darling? I love you. Thanks for see you tomorrow. Probably. I have no idea what my thumbnail's going to be. Trouble is, you can't really do a too sexy Jenna. Right, because here's the thing: she looked good at the time, but I can't not think of her current self, which is a bit Herman Munstery, right? I mean, God bless her. It's just where my mind goes, baby. I don't know what to tell you. Fine, let's have a look over here. We'll start with over here. Okay, Superman. James Bond Superman review. Love it or hate it, says Insider. Well, I want to know. Okay, I really want this to be good, right? I really want this to be good. So, I wonder if it is a love it or hate it sort of thing. A YouTube with a reliable source worked on the film. General screening. Audience in a love it or hate experience with no in between. That's fascinating. Sounds possibly alarming as recording how reactions to Zack Snyder's Man of Steel was similar. I think this is going to be a love it. I haven't seen it, but it seems so much fun. Right? It just seems so much fun. Tachyon Pulse podcast, who's been leaking in the UK tidbits about Star Trek and the Alien vs. Predator universe. I got to check him out. Superman comic book fans will love the movie, while Zack Snyder's Man of fans will hate it. Well, okay, well, there's not that many. So I like Zack Snyder's Man of Steel, right? I thought I would love to see more in that universe, and hopefully next year they can just make it with AI, right? I would love to see more in that universe, but it's not that at all. It's like Super Friends, right? It's not like that at all. Superman comic fans will love it. It's a love letter to the comic books. However, Zack Snyder's Man of Steel fans will hate the goofier side of things, like guns. Well, duh. Then it's not for you, right? It's not for you. So Duncan delivers a solid performance as Clark Kent, bringing vulnerability and uncertainty to both his Superman and we've seen that in the trailer. The Insider said the portrayal adds a much-needed human element to the character, which the past films haven't fully explored. Well, okay, that's interesting. I have to see it more. I have to see it at all to be able to evaluate. We get to see an unsure Superman and unsure Clark Kent, which I actually think is really nice. I think it's nice as well. I think, for me, I think self-doubt is a expression of confidence, right? You only can't, contemplate self-doubt if you're a weak person, right? I could be wrong. Totally be wrong. Just so rarely happens. The film doesn't rehash Superman's origin. It then jumps right into the action. I got that feeling. Okay, I don't want to be spoiled by it, right? If you're not a hardcore comic fan, you're going to think the character's a buffoon. He's supposed to be funny, but if you don't get the joke, which is true for any extroverted character, really. He's just going to be irritated. That's interesting, but I think this looks beautiful. I love these robots. I love this performance as well. I mean, like, okay, fine. I don't read that. I don't want to spoil. But that sounds, to me, that sounds good. But maybe I'm just reading in it. Sony pulls this a Spider-Man spin-off universe. Yeah, well, duh. And Batman 2 script finished. Okay, can you burn it, please? Marvel Comics collapsing. Steve McNiven to DC's Batman. Interesting. Yeah, well, it had to. I mean, like, how long can it take? I mean, you can, like, nobody wants your shit you're putting out, and your creative people. And, like, you know, you should be recruiting from. You should have been recruiting for the Comicsgate scene, frankly. But no, of course not. I'm sorry, you've literally fucked yourselves in the ass with this. Mortal Kombat 2 movie. I'm not no interest. What? Michael Bay rumored back on Transformers with 5 projects in development. He sounds like he's got too much time in his hands. What's he doing? G.I. Joe Transformers movie still happening. Well, that's an interesting idea. Transformers 1 director Josh Cooley is actually involved with a new live-action film. That was supposed to be very good, Transformers. People liked it. 2 others in early stages. What's he doing? What's he doing with Star Trek? Hands-on possibility. Okay, there is. Okay, why's he got a picture of Star Trek? Oh, okay, because they're gonna own Star Trek. Skydance, fine. Oh, cancel everything. Cancel everything. Taika Waititi Akira movie cancel Warner Brothers as Warner Brothers loses rights. I think Taika Waititi he's arseholed himself into oblivion. Yeah, you had your time in the sun. You were a real obnoxious arsehole. You failed, and then you kept failing. Right? Sadly. Right? Sadly. No Henry Cavill for James Bond. Tom Holland, I think, is a terrible idea. Who's Jacob Elordi and Harris Dickles? Okay, they're all white. Thank God. Right? Thank God. I mean, look, Tom Holland's he's too big a name and he's too young. All right? He's too big a name and too young. And too baby face. I mean, do you think he can pull off Bond? Especially a Dennis Villeneuve Bond. Right? I will guess we'll find soon. At least, look, white male. White straight English male, right? I don't care if you're not a white straight English male. You've got to convince me you are. Probably better to start with a white male, right? And then you can probably, work it out from there. Street Fighter, no interest. Just want to know Roman Reigns. Okay, no idea. Right. Tron Ares and marketing without any Jared Leto. Spider-Man to return to theaters with a 4K Spider-Man 2.1 cut. I wonder if that's going to take out Venom. Would only make that movie better. Pedro Pascal responds to Fantastic Four Backlash. Robert Downey Jr. Defends him. If he wasn't such a relentless twat, he wouldn't need defending. I can't stand Pedro fucking Pascal. Oh, what an arsehole. Tom Holland at the top of the... Oh, really? That's really bad news. Like, how old is he? I mean, I don't see that at all. I don't... Oh, look, Henry Cavill, who should be James Bond. Yeah, I get if you're going for this younger Bond thing, but... Which they were saying they were going for. I don't know. I mean, how old was Bond in the novels? Honestly, I don't know. Let's have a look. Let's ask Rock. How old was James Bond in the novels? Or maybe let me spell it vaguely correctly. Behind. In the novels, the age is stated 30s to 40s. Okay, well, how old is Tom Holland? How old is Tom Holland? I mean, like, really, it's going to be like that with the emo Batman. Fuck off. 29. He's too young. Okay, he's too young. Okay, what's it? Tom Holland was born on June 1st, 1996. He is 29 years old. As of blah, blah, blah. Tom Holland was born on June 1st, 1996. I prefer this one. I don't know why. I just do. They asked me, and I told them. 5. I think it's a bad idea. Listen, I thought Daniel Craig was a bad idea. But nowadays, when I think something's a bad idea, it normally is a very bad idea. Right? That's kind of how it goes. Right? When you go, oh, that looks awful, it normally is. Right? It normally is awful. I could do Doctor Who rumors, but I think I was going to say this for tomorrow. Robert Downey Jr. says, Rise of Pedro. Okay, yeah, this is something we've got to look at. What are you talking about? Iron Man and Doctor Who actor Robert Downey Jr. recently shared the rise of Pedro Pascal within Hollywood as reaffirmed his faith in Hollywood. Well, how does that convince you they're still not all child molesters who are wagging their fingers at the rest of the world? Right? Because it seems to me they are. Right? That seems to me they're still very much into the child molesting and the degeneracy and the perversion. Right? So how does Pedro Pascal offset that for you? I think is the question. And I think that's a reasonable question. Right? How on earth? In a Vanity Fair cover story about the rise of Pedro Pascal in Hollywood that includes his starring roles as Reed Richards. Terrible idea. Fantastic Four First Steps. Last of Us, okay. Mandalorian, okay. Gladiator 2, go away. Enough already. Whatever, blah, blah, blah. Interesting enough. While Downey claimed that Pascal's rise has reaffirmed his faith in the industry, Pascal was telling Vanity Fair that he's aware of significant backlash against his casting as Reed Richards. I'm more aware of the disgruntlement around my casting than anything I've ever done before. He's too old. He's not right. He's just not right. Right? You don't think we're all sick of Pedro fucking Pascal yet? We are. We are. We're all sick of him. Enough already, right? And that's what we say. Enough already. Ay, caramba. Fine. Additionally, he's cautious with the reception, or the reception will be. I'm getting an inkling of excitement because it seems to reflect our common goal was, and we want to share, which is all of our fucking hearts on the planet. The trouble is it woke shit? And it looks like it's woke shit. And you know why it looks like it's woke shit? Because it's got Pedro Pascal in it. That's one of the main reasons it looks like woke shit, right? Another reason it looks like woke shit is because I think Sue Storm is the leader of the group. Yet another reason it looks like woke shit, right, is because you got your Silver Surfer has tits, right? Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not, anti-tits. I actually really, genuinely love tits. I mean, I love tits more. Like, if I go, I love tits more than I love Doctor Who, and I love Doctor Who a lot, right? I mean, if somebody says, Tzvi, we're either going to erase tits from the universe, from reality, or Doctor Who, I'll be like, well, we've had good times, Doctor Who. Catch you later. Or not, actually. Yeah, no. But it's just, I don't need the even in my, like, again, insane, crazy love of tits. And it's so crazy how much I love tits. I mean, you have no idea, right? You may think you like ice cream. Nothing compared to how much I like tits. I do. That's just me for you, baby. So, my point is this. I still don't need on the Silver fucking Surfer, right? And again, don't paint me as an anti-tit person because I'm so pro. Oh, I'm so pro-tit, right? So pro. Oh, you know what? We will do Stephen Fry tonight. But he's excited. Tony's got me Deja Vu. I don't remember that one. 1 second. Yes, I'm a human. Reacher season 4 sees a major character recast. I really should try Reacher Sci-fi legends tonight. Duncan Jones brings two. Well, let's see what they're doing with that. Do we have any video? Because I hate to tell you, this doesn't look good to me at all. Firstly, Rogue Trooper. Do you have a picture of him anywhere? Rogue Trooper should have white eyes. See, I like what? Why would you move away from that? Like, why make a comic book movie and not have it look like the comic book? Right? That's why we're looking at the movie. Oh, it's got Haley Atwell in it. Haley Atwell, very hot. Yes. See, tits. I love tits. Love them. Right? Don't ever think I'm an anti-tit person. I think a copy image address, I should say. Doink. There you go. That's Rogue Trooper. Right? That looks like Rogue Trooper. This doesn't. Right? Come on. Like, why don't you just make it look like that? What's wrong with you? Like that. You're nearly there. Maybe. I don't know. Jeez. Why do that? I review Marvel's latest flop proves iconic isn't heroic. Yeah, look, I tried to watch it. I couldn't even get myself to start. Right? Couldn't even get myself to start. I like Dennis Villeneuve as James Bond. Let's do the Stephen Fry article. I've been wanting to get for that for like 2 weeks. Right? How long ago was this from? Do you have a date on it? Okay, so this is from 9 days ago. That's how long I've been wanting to get to. Oh, Stephen Fry. So much twattery. So much Stephen Fry. J.K. Rowling radicalized by TERFs. Says, what's a TERF? Trans-exclusionary radical feminist. That means somebody who thinks somebody with a penis isn't a lady. Right? And you have to come up with a... If you come up with a derogatory term for a person who doesn't believe ladies have penises and believe women have rights, that might make you the radicalized one, Captain Bonkers, maybe. J.K. Rowling has been radicalized by her, says Sir Stephen Fry. Has claimed. It is first time the comedian and television presenter who narrated all the 7 Harry Potter books very, very well, I would add, has criticized his former friend, describing her as a lost cause. Yes, she just thinks having a penis makes you into a man. I don't understand it either. You're all gripped by total fucking insanity. Right? You are all gripped by this total fucking insanity. Speaking of the Showboat podcast, Sir Stephen has been she has been radicalized, I fear, and it may have been radicalized by TERFs, but also by vitriol thrown at her. That you use the word TERF means you're a fuckwit, right? Yeah, you are as stupid as you look there, right? Imagine using this. I remember somebody on one of my comments said, "Imagine doing this," and I said, imagine using the word, starting a comment with the word imagine without realizing that makes you a douchebag. Right? It's unhelpful, it only hardens her and will continue to harden her, I'm afraid. Again, to what? It's Stephen, why is it so important that J.K. Rowling believes women can have penises? Why is that so important to you? Right? It's so weird. Like, when did that become important in your life, right? Because I don't think that was important in your life 10 years ago, maybe 15. Right? When did that become important in your life? I'm not saying that she should not be called out when she says things that are really cruel. Like what? Wrong and mocking. She seems like a lost cause struck. Like, what on earth has she said? All right, let's ask Rock. how do I pronounce it? Spell her name? What has J.K. Rowling said that was mean or mocking to trans people? I wonder if maybe she has. I mean, I remember the Gareth Roberts example was like, what? Yeah, why are they all called like, why aren't any of them called like, Cindy? They're all called like Crystal or Divine or some weird shit. Someone says that Ken says Tony about mocking people who menstruate. The phrase, yes, you should mock that, right? That is extremely derogatory to women. I think that, yes. So again, misgendering Lucy Clark. No, she's just saying she thinks she's a man, right? Mocking trans Paralympian Valentine. What'd she say? Documentary as visually impaired trans woman who, the first openly trans athlete in a Paralympics track event, called her a cheat on X. If she's a bloke, she's a cheat. If she has a penis and male genes and hormones, chromosomes, I agree. She's stolen the place from a female. Right? Again, this is... Oh, man. Radicalized by TERFs. You shit-faced arsehole. I'm not saying that she shouldn't have, but she's a lost cause for us. Yeah, she's not buying into your bullshit, weirdo. Oh, she's not going to say chicks have dicks. Really, Stephen? Oh, dear. Oi, Lano, as we Jews say. The term TERF is used as a slur to describe trans, including radical feminists. Rowling has become a leading voice in the transgender debate. Yeah, I think she's been quite a reasonable one. I'm sorry that you find stating facts and reality, so triggering. She had the Supreme Court landmark ruling that transgender women are not legally women as a victory and posted a picture of herself enjoying a drink and cigar. And good, yeah. Yes, that we have reality assert itself is a good thing. So Stephen is latest high-profile figure to criticize the author following the well-documented fallouts with castmember Daniel Radcliffe, such an arsehole. He would be nothing, absolutely nothing without J.K. Rowling, right? And Emma Watson and people Rupert Grint as well. You arsehole. It's like the other two, at least, like leading lady good looking, right? The BB Paul doesn't. I don't have the clip. Change the birthing people to women, right? Did you get fired? I don't know. It's a man. Yes, exactly. Darren M. Yes, I got to get that clip. It's a man. Nah, fine. I'm getting it right now. Here we go. Austin Powers. It's a man. I like Austin Powers. It was just like happy and nice and silly. We go like Austin Powers.
Drink, Mr. Powers.
Sure.
Austin, we've got to look.
I love the dancing. It's so funny.
Dr. Evil.
Wait. I've got an idea.
Austin, why on earth did you hit that woman?
Right, let me show you, baby. That ain't no woman. It's a man. He's one of Dr. Evil's assassins.
Look out! He's got a knife!
And if the sad thing is, probably everybody involved in that movie now will say, as Jay Roach, I'm sure, will say, women have dicks. Yeah, totally. 100% chicks have dicks. Oh, man. Stephen Fry, what dick? If it makes you feel better, Stephen, you're a female dick. Does that make you feel better? The first time he has criticized, it's the first time he criticized a former friend and sounded like a raving loon. He claimed she was mocking the LGBT plus people and vowed his support for the community. Look, again, dude, do not, gay people, please, I beg of you, do not say you're indivisible from trans people. That's just bad for you, right? You don't, this one day this bubble's going to burst, mate, right? And you don't want to be around it when it does. It's just bad for you. They're fucking crazy, right? They're crazy, okay? If it turns out that women really can have penises, I'm wrong. But it looks to me they're crazy, right? I don't know. And I'm not saying that in a bad way. It's just like, yeah, you sound crazy, darling. She started making these peculiar statements that seemed very strong, difficult views he could do. Like what? She seemed to wake up and kick a hornet's nest of transphobia, which had been entirely destructive. I disagree profoundly with her on the subject. Yeah, you think chicks have dicks. I understand that, right? Yeah, you're a weirdo, right? You're a weirdo. He has a very strange, like, sex life, doesn't he? I believe. Like, he's not married. Stephen Fry gay. Let's see what the Stephen Fry says being gay felt like a horror inside of him. Okay, so he's come out as gay. But again, why? Firstly, why keep it quiet all this year? It's so weird. Like, why wouldn't you come out in the 80s when like nobody gives a shit, right? Like genuinely. Whatever, Stephen, mate. You're not a crusader. You're not. This is not a noble fight. You're just a dick, right? And not a female one. She seemed to. Oh wait, to keep a hornet's nest. I am angry. She does not disavow some of her more revolting and truly horrible, destructive, violent, destructive things that people say. Like what? He can't give it any example, right? Yeah, I think it's right for her to champion the Supreme Court ruling, right? I mean, like, I'm sorry. Reality is disagreeing with you, right? I do. I think it's right for her to champion that. She does not attack those at all. I have no idea what you're talking about. He said he was very happy to go on the record and say he was really angry about Rowling's crowing of the gender ruling in court. Okay, again, you should be happy reality is asserting itself from this insanity, right? And it was insanity destroying the world, right? You should be genuinely excited about it. Not like, no, say it ain't so. When it comes, he added that he had always enjoyed her company and proved he found her charming, funny, and interesting, just like the Hitlers. When it comes to transphobia issue, it is right to remind people that trans people are here. They are. Yeah. No. Why do you think people don't know trans people are here? It's just like you can't dictate. We agree with you. Like I can't dictate that you're Jewish or hold Jewish beliefs, right? I can't dictate you hold Jewish beliefs. You can't dictate I hold trans beliefs, right? I understand there are people who believe they are women who are men, right? I understand that. Maybe they are women. It seems to be legally they're not, right? It's right to mind trans people are here. We know you're here. Can you just shut up for 5 fucking minutes? Oh, God. And they are hurting. They're hurting because they're mentally fucking ill, right? People saying they don't agree with you shouldn't make you hurt. Shouldn't make you mentally ill, right? And yeah, that's saying that is saying that they're mentally ill, saying they're hurting, right? It's just this insanity. Right, you should all change your core beliefs so I fit in. Like we don't. You can't dictate what I believe. And the reason you want to dictate what I believe is because you know what you believe is bullshit. And you know it's bullshit. Bottom line, don't you? Yeah, you do. You know it's bullshit. And they're hurting and being abominably treated by whom? In what way? Again, are Christians being abominably treated as well? Can you see this abominable treatment? Is the abominable treatment in the room with you now, Stephen? Came after Tom Felton was the tagline for not distancing himself from the author. The actor who played Draco Malfoy in the Harry Potter film was not attuned to the translate, but remained incredibly grateful. Well, please, he gave the right response. He totally gave the right response. It's a shame. Yeah, let's have a look at what we have to go over. We got a ton of great rumors about what's coming. This will be tomorrow's show, right? We got a ton of great rumors about Philip Morrison. I'm glad this has happened because it like knocks him off his anti-Semitism a bit, right? Man, he's so anti-Semitic. We got that. BBC apparently not sorry about shooty spoilers. I didn't see any spoilers. Oh, Mark Gaddis, he made the thumbnail. Yeah, this is bullshittery, I believe. We'll cover this tomorrow as well, right? We'll do that. That we did. This is official Coronation Star reveals that she's found love with Doctor Who star. They go on Instagram. Who are we talking about? All right. So, I couldn't recognize who it was. Doctor Who star. It's the other elf. That was the other. Yeah, that's a non-story. Go away. This I want to cover though. So this is J. Michael Straczynski. Is he talking about his plans? That'd be great. No, it's not. It's just that's probably a non-story as well. Oh, the Bleeding Cool. Bleeding Cool is always a good place to look at for news updates. Salmon seems to do endless posters. I'm actually kind of quite looking for it. It's coming out soon. I'm quite looking forward to that. Jock's most famous Batman cover artwork sells wow, 288,000. Wow, that's really crazy. Well, good for him. Doctor Who star Peter Capaldi blasphemy, so fans love him again. We always loved him, didn't we? I don't know. That's the comic news. Always Sunny Rob legally files to change name to Rob Mack. Okay, whatever. That's like, who cares? Buffy Angel later just True Calling now mental health counseling. Okay, I guess that's what she's quit acting. That's what she does. Anything of interest here? For first step, so not interested. We looked at the trailer the other day, just not interested. Thing with the beard was good. I kind of like. We looked at this clip as well. 28 years later, is that out in Israel? I think it just came out. I'm thinking like once you miss the opening of it, I'm happy going on to streaming. Like waiting for that. What we got over here? Let's see. There's a really slow down Doctor Who content. New Doctor Who season created by former Doctor. Like watching a trailer for a show you would like to watch later. Oh, this is Peter David. That we're covering. Holy shit, that's awesome. I'm worried this confusing gimmick will become the norm after who knows. Yeah, look, okay, we got locked up, man. I got to go to Dan's channel. Yeah, we have stuff going on indeed. I have to wrap up, man. I have to wrap up. Go for Dan. See you tomorrow then. At what time is it? 5 o'clock UK, and wherever we are on the world. Work that out for you. Work that out. Anyway, with that, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to head off into the sunset. I was trying to keep my eye on the time and totally failed. I'm going to hit the end broadcast again. Say good.